All right, guys, so we have a late night update. This is actually very important. There was a data download on JP last night, and it gave us some more info about Kid Gohan's Extreme Z Awakening. I kind of want to... okay, if we take a look at the Kid Gohan right here, we could take a look at what his passive is. We see he does supreme damage, his links. He has the Namek Saga category, right? So, take all this info in. We're going to go look at what his new and upgraded stats, leader scale, passive, all that is, and then we're going to come back. So, right here, here is the info for the Extreme Z Awakening and Extreme Z Battle for the SCR Kid Gohan. Now, this is going to work a little different from previous Extreme Z battles, and we'll kind of go over that as well. But, alright, so what we have here is, with his first Extreme Z Awakening, his leader skill will change. He will gain the Namek Arc category Ki plus 2, HP, attack, and defense 60%, and then he'll also have the SCR types Ki plus 2, HP, attack, and defense 30%. So, this is interesting to me. I did see several people kind of give this up, could this Kid Gohan become the Namek Saga category leader? I didn't really think that was going to happen. I was hoping more so that we would get another summonable unit as a Namek Arc category leader, because saying it very matter-of-factly, a lot of the other category leaders that have the low-class Saiyan category that has Raditz as the leader, that Raditz is not very good, and the category itself is not very good. I was hoping that this could be fleshed out and become a proper category, because while Super Saiyan Blue and Turn of Power and the Buu Saga and GT, all that is cool, I'm a big-time fan of OG Dragon Ball, the Saiyan Saga, and the Namek Saga, and they're just flat out is not enough characters from the beginning of the series. It's very underrepresented, especially nowadays. There's no good cards basically before Cell versus Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. You look at it, all the good top tier cards are all from after that point, and again, an LR Kid Goku, an LR King Piccolo, a Piccolo from the end of Dragon Ball could be a god lead. There's so many things that they could do. I was really excited that, there was going to be this Namek theme, because I'm okay, we could get fleshed out a bunch of good Namek cards, Krillin in armor, Gohan in his armor, the Vegeta that we never got, still have not gotten against Final Form Frieza, but it does look like it's just going to be a farmable, category leader, at least for now, right? Now, I don't think that there's no chance we'll get another summonable Namek Saga arc category leader. I do think that is very possible and also very likely, especially now that we've gotten a second Fusion category leader and Potara category leader with LR Vegito and LR Gogeta. So I do think all that is possible. Also, when this drops tomorrow, we should get word of 5 other events for the second part of the 3rd year anniversary. Tomorrow, the 14th, when this drops, I believe this drops, if you guys look at the clock down here, when this says 1 a.m. on the 14th, I believe is when all of this will drop. So we're, about 18 and a half hours away until all of this stuff will drop. Now, this is going to be obviously an event, the Kid Gohan Extreme Z Battle. Then there should still be 5 more. I was thinking a World Tournament, talking over with Talon, a World Tournament I think is very likely. We could see maybe, I do think a Namek Saga category banner is probably not too much of a stretch. Maybe with a new Zarbon or Dodoria, something along those lines. Regardless, I do think we should get a new summon banner, because really in 2018, there's not been a lot of summonable content besides, the big LRs, and then there was the Goku and Vegeta rival banner, but not really so much, a ton of new stuff. I was thinking that we could maybe see, another story event, we'll see. This definitely has thrown me for a loop, but let's keep going, So, his passive will change after we awaken him the 3rd time. So he gets, for every Q orb obtained, attack and defense 12% up, and for every rainbow orb, an additional 5% attack and Ki plus 2. Now, this is starting to become a very powerful unit right here, because I've noticed exactly how crazy advantageous it is for the new LRs that for every rainbow orb they get like all that additional key. It makes the 18 key supers for them actually quite easy to get. Now obviously this kid Gohan, he's not going to have an 18 key super, so the extra key is not going to really be that much needed. But the fact that, you know, basically from some of these orbs, you know, he's going to be getting all of this attack and defense, and he's already a free 100% unit. I do think he's going to be a very powerful free-to-play option, but these Extreme Z Awakening stages have been very difficult to complete, so we'll see. This one looks like they are going to cater it a lot more towards people who are not like mega ton whales, and I'll show you guys exactly why in a second too. Let's just keep going through this. So awaken him some more, and he'll get his full leader skill, which is the Namek Arc category, Ki plus 3, HP, attack, and defense 77% up, or SCR types, Ki plus 2, HP, attack, and defense 30% up. So the reason I do think this is a little disappointing is because LR Vegito Blue, who could be coming, you know, I don't, honestly, I do think he'll probably remain on global, like, exclusive for probably, like, a month or so. I don't think JP is about to get LR Vegito Blue, but, I mean, he's coming, you know, sometime within the next 2 months, I would say, is a realistic time frame for LR Vegito Blue and JP. Maybe a lot sooner than that, but I think just saying, like, 2 months is probably a safe bet, right? His leader skill is 70% to all fucking types. And, you know, he's not completely free, but as long as you haven't re-rolled or started an account recently, you should be able to reasonably get LR Vegito Blue, I think. It seems like it's more a unit that is catered towards long-time players of the game and not necessarily new players or players who have re-rolled, kind of like the LR 1000 Day Goku. But this also leads me to my next point. The physical Kid Gohan, now I know he is ridiculously hard to get, because you have to beat Super Battle Road to get him. But with the new LRs, LR Vegito and Gogeta, Super Battle Road is not really that tough with those two teams. With Super Int and Super Physical, you can crush Super Battle Road. I think you could beat them with no items, to be honest, with one of those teams. Like, if you have Rainbow LRs, like, you could absolutely just destroy it. Those LRs are so overpowered. So I would like to test it. I think someone beat it no items. I need to double check that, but I feel like it could be done if you got the transformations taking place in the right spots. Now, okay, so this Namek Arc category lead, the reason why I think there's probably going to be another Namek Arc category lead, not necessarily coming like immediately, but at some time in the future, is because, you know, he's basically just like a watered down version of that physical LR Kid Gohan, or, I mean, even LR Vegito Blue, or if we really want to take it there, the 1000 day LR Goku. But I mean, 1000 days login, that's really tough. That's significantly tough, because global has not even been around for 1000 days. So that's a very difficult card for people to obtain. So like comparing this Gohan's leader skill to that leader skill is probably not the wisest idea. His last kind of Extreme Z Awakening will give him, for every Key Orb obtained, attack and defense 13% up. For every Rainbow Orb obtained, he gets an additional 7% attack and Key plus 2. Now again, the additional Key is like very not needed, especially because, you know, you're going to want to get as many orbs as possible for him to do maximum damage and also to defend. But I mean, he's going to be getting a lot of attack right here. Now, obviously, you know, from playing around with Super Saiyan 3 Angel Tech Goku for enough, I would say like 2 Rainbow Orbs, 3 Rainbow Orbs, majority of the time is like the max you're going to be able to get. But still, you know, that could be an extra 14%, 21% attack you get. And then let's just say you get, I don't know, 5 or 6 orbs, and then, you know, times that by 13. This Gohan could be a pretty good unit, especially when we consider that he is going to be 100% in the dupe system. Now, unfortunately, we can see that once you get him up to super attack level 15, he gets the Masenko Extreme Supreme damage, and then for 1 turn, attack of allies 20% up, so he doesn't get immense damage. I was kind of hoping for it, but even after an Extreme Z Awakening, I guess that may be a little bit much to ask for of like a completely free farmable unit, right? So I understand that. Here's his raw info. Now, here's who we're going to be fighting in the Extreme Z Awakening event. Kui will be for the first 5 stages. Dodoria will be for the 5 after that. Then Zarbon, then Super Zarbon, and then Vegeta after stage 21. Now, this is interesting. This is the first time, it's only the 3rd Extreme Z Awakening event, but this is the first time that we're going to be fighting a unit like that's not who we're actually awakening. And if you notice, they're all physical type units. So we don't actually have info right now for if the event is just weak to STR types or if the Namek Saga category typing is what's strong against it. As of right now, we don't know, but I do think it's very likely that Namek Saga category units are going to do ridiculously crazy damage and also take less damage as a consequence. The way this is built up seems as though it's probably going to start very easy so that you can kind of, get your kid Gohan his leader skill. Because usually the leader skill, I believe, is it might be one of the last to pop up. I can't remember off the top of my head for the Super Saiyan 3 Goku or Broly what came last. It might have been their super attack, actually, but I'd have to go back and check. So, you'd be able to get the Namek R category leader skill in full. Let me just see. Okay, so you need to get basically all the silver medals. So you'd be able to get it in full, looks like, after stage 19. So you wouldn't even be fighting the strongest opponent yet, Vegeta. Usually, in my experience, after stage 20 is when these events start getting ridiculously hard. So it looks as though the Namek Saga category could be what you're going to need. And that does lead me to this other kind of questionable thing right here, which is, here's the Namek Saga category. Again, you don't have a lot of options. We obviously just got this Goku, who could be very good here, again, if the Namek Saga category is extra powerful. If you farmed LR Frieza, LR Frieza very well may be the MVP of this event. I actually already went ahead and 100%ed LR Frieza in preparation for this. Now, I want to say this right off the bat. I don't think anyone else should 100%. Wait until the event comes out before, seeing if you should 100% freeze or anything like that, if you have him and you have not done it yet. The reason I decided to 100% him, well, I say 100% him, but I have him at 99%, and then I'm just waiting to just do the last note on video, but I want him to be ready in case, because I'm going to stream this event when it starts going. And if it comes to pass that I do need to freeze at 100%, I wanted to make sure that I did a video beforehand, because I like to do a video on 100% units, and, kind of be ready for the event when it does drop. Now, again, if you guys have LR Frieza but have been waiting to give him orbs, wait to see what the event is beforehand before doing it. I'm just going to go into it prepared, since I'm literally going to be streaming as soon as the event goes live, and then, basically experiencing for the first time with all y'all and trying to figure out the event, on the fly. So I do want to be prepared. Physical Final Form Frieza could be a big. Obviously, this Super Saiyan Goku right here, who is just about to drop on Global, might very well be a gigantically important unit here. This is another guy I could 100%, but I'm definitely not going to do that until I know I need to. But I do have him at SA10 just in case. Obviously, the Kid Gohan, the Goku as well. Now, I was really hoping in these 6 events that will be live for the second part of the anniversary, they'll give us a chance to get the LR Ginyu Force, because, they're really good, and, they're just never going to give us a fucking chance to get them, or what? Can we get Battlefield back sometime today, Bandai, please? So, I don't know. Going on, let's go ahead and take a look at all the rewards now. Now, this shit is fucking nuts. So, normally, what happens is you go up to stage 30, and you're able to fully Extreme Z-Awaken the unit. That's what happens here. You only have to beat the first 30 stages to Extreme Z-Awaken the unit. It might be very difficult, but it does seem like it's probably realistic for a lot of players to be able to get that, right? I guess unless your account is super new. But usually, the last 2 Extreme Z-Awakenings, after you beat the first 30 stages, after that, you would only get a Platinum Mr. Satan statue, which would give you Zenny. This time, however, you can keep going for a significant amount of time and get a significant amount of extra orbs. Look at this shit. As well as an extra Grand Kai of every type. Oh my god, look at this, bro. You can go up to stage 78 before you start getting platinum statues. All of these orbs. Son, this is like, I'm going to go through and count, but this is like 10,000 orbs of every type or something like that if you could do all these stages. So I don't know like how difficult it's going to get or what units are going to be required, but if you're able to do this shit, I mean, you're going to be sitting pretty. Now, I know a lot of people like to mod. Listen, I'm definitely not. If you want to, go ahead and knock yourselves out, because this is a lot of value, all of these orbs. The only thing I will say, be careful, guys, because I know that they do track how many turns it takes you to beat the Extreme Z Battle event, so I don't know much about mods, but I think you can get one that will allow you to have infinite health. That way, it probably wouldn't look suspicious, like, because it's not an actual insta-win. I don't know. There's people who know a hell of a lot more about that than I do. I think I'll probably be good, though, to get all the way up to stage 78. Unless LR Broly or, like, LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku are what's needed to get you to stage 78, I should be good. But regardless, guys, I mean, like, I'm going to go through and count exactly how many orbs this is, but we're talking, like, possibly 10,000 orbs of every type. Like, bro, this shit is nuts. It's like, okay. All right. So, you know, we'll see tonight what happens, what the rest of the events are. Also, over here, shout outs to the boy Mai over here. We have a bunch of images. You know, here are his Awakening medals. Again, it does confirm, it looks as though when we saw in V-Jump, there were the medals of the Super Saiyan 3 AGL Goku. It does appear as though those were just placeholders, and they didn't actually show this stuff. And then, of course, there's all of these guys, because, you know, they are the opponents that we're going to be facing. Keep going, Kui. We got Super Zarbon, and then, of course, Namek Saga Vegeta. So, alright, guys. I'll see you guys when this clock says 1 a.m. We're going to go ahead and do this Gohan Extreme Z Awakening and hopefully get a shit ton of orbs. Thanks to y'all for watching, and later.